All right, that says we're going. Cool. Well, if you guys are watching this live, then good morning. If you're watching it at some other point, then good afternoon, good evening, good night. Um, so it does look like, once again, we've had a successful delivery of our blog post. We do that twice a month. And hopefully, if you're wanting to get it, if you've subscribed to get it, then you're getting it. I used two different email addresses to make sure I'm getting it, and they were both successful. Yay. And our blog post this time around, and this is really unique for us because you guys know that I own a mortgage brokerage. I'm a mortgage broker, technically a broker owner. But I don't deal with home sellers, right? I mean, I have clients that are selling and buying, but the workload that I do is related strictly to home buyers and homeowners, right? So we do have to seek out a lot of outside input when we're talking about things that are relevant to selling a home. So for all of the agents that gave us feedback regarding our blog post this time around, thank you so much. And really, one of the things that I say about this sort of stuff every time we do this, and I probably could not reiterate enough, is please hire a competent and knowledgeable agent. There are a lot of them out there, and there are a lot that are really well schooled in the area that you live in. It can be very hyper local that way. So please seek out the knowledge and insight of a good real estate agent when you're doing this. Okay, so on to the blog. What we did this time around was, is your home overpriced? 8 signs that you're asking too much. I'm not going to get into great detail on these because you guys can go read the blog, or you can certainly talk to that really well schooled agent that I know you're going to hire when it comes time to sell your home. Number one, CMA. Review a CMA, a BP, a competitive market analysis, a broker price opinion. Those are the anagrams for those. And they are going to have robust data in it as far as what exactly is going on right where you are. That's at that moment with that location. Very important data. Supply and demand. That's a really big one. And this is something that actually does impact what I do because obviously when mortgage rates go way down, like we saw back during the pandemic, the demand skyrockets, the supply plummets, and the prices go way up. We're certainly not in that environment right now, although depending on who you talk to, there's certainly still a supply issue that's very, very unique. So you guys can address that as you see fit. Buyer feedback. Now, this one was really also interesting to me. And again, thank you to the agents that gave us feedback for this blog post. But the buyer feedback is kind of an interesting situation these days, just from an anecdotal standpoint, just so you guys are aware. Some time ago now, it's been a couple of few years, there was an agent representing a buyer. And the buyers looked at a home, didn't really like it, gave some feedback to the agent. The agent gave that feedback to the listing agent, back to the sellers. The buyers went on their merry way looking at other houses, couldn't find one that was better or that they liked more. So they came back and made an offer on that one. And the sellers declined the offer because they were insulted about the feedback that they'd originally gotten from the buyers. And the buyers then sued their agent for not being authorized to release that feedback. So there's a lot of back and forth about what buyer feedback is, how it should be portrayed, how it should be relayed. So again, talk to your agent, right? Online listing performance is certainly a very big deal these days, whether it's Zillow or Realtor or the actual MLS. DOM, the days on market, that's certainly a big one. Your agent should be able to tell you what the average days on market in your market is and how long you should expect to need to sell your home. That's, again, one of these pieces that only the expertise of a really good listing agent is going to give you. Reviewing offers that you've received. If you're getting offers, odds are good you're probably not overpriced. Not by much anyway. I did see one recently where the clients were not The sellers were not interested because the offer they received was so low, and unfortunately, it was the only offer that they had received. Although they definitely have their home overpriced, and that one offer that they received was certainly a reflection of that, although a fair market value for that home is probably somewhere between where they have it priced and what that offer is, probably right about in the middle. And thank you to Jeff for the feedback on that little anecdote. Avoid multiple small price reductions is number 7. And I didn't quite understand the ideology behind it. But again, I'm not a real estate agent. I don't represent sellers. So there is some interesting feedback about what the psychological impact, what the sales impact is of multiple small price reductions. And looking at it historically, it does seem to hurt the ability to sell a property for as much as you can. Okay. And then reassess often in this market. I think if your property's on the market for any length of time, you need to reassess that price, what you're doing, so on and so forth. Some of the other feedback we got were included things like you only control price and condition. So either improve the property or lower the price kind of things. Obviously, you don't control the location. You can't pick the house and move it to a place where you're going to fetch a higher dollar amount, those kinds of things. So yeah, bottom line with all of the feedback that we got was to price it correctly, stay competitive. And that is actually a really long video blog post, considering the content really isn't in our wheelhouse. So thank you for putting up with that. I appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful day. It is the week of Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we'll see you guys next month.